Hi, I want to share with you some yoga for the back. I've had some requests just across the board with yogis and clients for a little more focus on back work. I think some of it is how we hold ourselves, but also some somatic responses to the current state of affairs. What I am sharing with you is totally optional, so you can participate as much or as little as you would like. I will show you holds that are about 3 breaths long, but always feel free to hold longer. That's up to you. What I am sharing with you is more focusing along the muscles of the spine, so the deep front body and the deep back body. It may not feel like a lot because the deeper muscles along the spine are meant to hold us upright, and we don't feel it because we're so used to being held upright by them. But if they start getting tight, they can start pulling. So a lot of times we'll start feeling that pull in the front, or even some compression in the back, in the low back, and you can give yourself this assessment too along the way. So let's begin. Okay, so first off, start with your legs long. Sorry, Loretta. Have your legs together, heels touch, toes up, and then place your hands onto your thighs and push yourself back so you have a nice straight back. You can practice this up against a wall. All right, so ears are in line with shoulders, shoulders are in line with the hips, legs are nice and long. Reach your arms up overhead. Take a nice full inhale, hinge on the exhale. Some of us will touch our toes. Others of us are going to be pretty good with the hands on the thighs, maybe hands on the shins. If you're feeling a little too much of a stretch in the hamstrings, go ahead, bend the knees and slide the heels close to you and rest the torso onto the thighs. All right, find your spot. 3 breaths. Last breath here. And then slowly take your inhale on up to your nice tall stacked pose. So, the hamstrings could have been tight, but also if you had some tightness in the low back, you would have felt it there as well. Another thing you can do for the low back is come onto the back and hug the knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. Or place your hands onto your knees and imagine that your pelvis is a clock. So you want to take your knees to 6 and then maybe go around clockwise or counterclockwise. And then go down and around. I think I'm going counterclockwise, so I'll reverse direction. That's another exercise you can do to get some movement going in the sacroiliac area. And then if you're on your back, bring yourself up and come into a tabletop pose. So knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. Step the left foot in between the hands, tuck under the right toes, and just walk the right knee back. If you have some tightness in the psoas or in the muscle in the front of the spine, this may be just enough for you. You're feeling it in the right quad. But if you want, maybe you explore with placing the hands on the left thigh. And you still may be feeling it in the right quad, and that's fine. If you want, you can gauge a little bit more by leaning back. So if your psoas is really tight, that will prevent the lean. Let's stay here for 3 cycles of breath. And this is your last breath. Exhale, frame the left foot, left knee meets right. And then you can always take a cow and cat.
And then step the right foot through to the hands, tuck under the left toes, engage the left knee back. Once again, if you're feeling good in the left quad, stay here. If not, stack palms on top of the right thigh or gently lean back for 3 breaths. And during the 3 breaths, you may notice that there's a little difference between the left and the right. And that's normal because we don't always tend to hold ourselves symmetrically. 1 more breath here. And then frame your right foot and bring the knee back onto the mat. And then from here, I want you to extend yourself. Once again, long legs in front of you. With the right leg long, place the left knee to the outside of the right knee. Use your left hand as a kickstand. Reach the right arm up high to the sky. This is where you want length in the spine. And I think I'm going to look away from you, so I'm switching quick. Alright, take your nice full inhale, and as you exhale, slowly start rotating over to the left side, hugging the left knee into the chest. And you want the length in your spine, because if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to get the deeper rotation. So staying up nice and tall, rotate deep as you please. So you're encouraging the vertebra of the spine to just slightly rotate a little bit, getting all of the lovely attachment sites of the erectors. 1 more breath here. And then as you exhale, bring yourself back into center. Send both legs long. Instead of having them together, take them out a little bit wider than the hips in this abduction. All right, reach the arms up high to the sky and then fold forward again. This changes things just a little bit in the low back and even in the pelvis. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And then slowly guide yourself up and switch sides. So from here, extend your left leg long, right foot to the outside. Right hand comes behind, lift the left arm high to the sky, and slowly start rotating over to the right side, giving yourself this nice little twist. And if you want, you can look out over the right shoulder. 2 more breaths. And then with your last breath, slowly come back into center. Extend both legs long. And then if you want, you can take the legs wide. If not, you can keep the legs together. Reach the arms up high to the sky as you inhale and fold down the center as you exhale. And if this is feeling too much on the hamstrings or the low back, bend the knees, slide the heels in close. 2 more breaths. And then on your last breath, slowly bring yourself back up. You can come into a seated pose and just ground yourself back down. Thank you so much for letting me share with you some yoga for the back. All right. Thanks.